must confess, when it comes to VR cameras and cinematography, we really are still in the birth era of VR.
Oh, that's definitely fair. They're like just releasing basically like the 4K cameras within this. They still need a lot of work.
I mean, the distribution is still like embarrassingly low in terms of distribution for websites or 360 players, let alone plugins for third-party developers. It still amazes me how companies like Apple, for instance, Apple has no third-party plugin that they have like sponsored or let alone any peripheral that's specifically used for their iPhones or iPads. Can you imagine watching an iPad, like a VR on an iPad? I mean, that would be something even more surreal than
Watching it on the phone.
I mean, phone is compact, and putting it into a headset like I showed you earlier today, that's like the most basic, like, it's a good start. Google Cardboard is...
I mean, what are you talking about? Having the iPad like an actual goggles, or actually just having it on the iPad?
I think
you actually
so.
can.
Yeah,
You can do that already.
Well, yeah, that's 360 player just shown on an iPad. That's like the hybrid. An iPad or any kind of Samsung tablet or Amazon, for instance. Amazon should offer like some program inside each of their Kindle Fires or Kindle notebooks or whatever. And the 360 like also works as, that's a good hybrid, I say.
Yeah.
360 that you can actually take with you on the go. I mean, I'm sure the game department around here is probably working on something like that.
Oh, right now, yeah.
In fact,
Their involvement must be like incredible.
When I was at the Apple store and I was like window shopping through particular peripherals for iPad and iPhones, I came across these controllers in which like you literally put your phone or an iPad, and if these like landscape like machine actually, but there's these controller parts. Anyways, there's these little controller parts that like, you would see like on the nunchuck and the Wii remote. Well, they attach to the left and right, and like obviously they have this little plastic elastic band. But the fact remains, adding these little controller buttons onto this, and then having a 360 player that lets you turn all around. That's something that both cinema and games can take advantage of.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you introduce menus into the whole thing, that's when you can have controlling a cinematic experience. Because if the users do not have an easy way to access controls to the players, people are going to get turned off. I mean, how did gaming systems start out? They had to have controls, otherwise it wouldn't work. Film, you had to actually go to a movie theater, or you had to actually put the DVD or VHS in the player and then still use a controller to access it. With no controller and no proper way to access it that's simplified, I mean, it's going to remain a complicated medium for typical users to navigate. So I'd say that's really the next step. I think that was good for...
Yeah.